trading review for my trading day on October 23rd, Monday. Monday is one of my favorite days for trading, mainly just because I get to trade again after the long weekend. And also I generally kind of like the price action on Mondays. I love ranging markets, I love choppy markets. The hardest markets for me to trade are the days that it just takes off in one direction and never pulls back and just keeps grinding one way or the other. I know for other people that's their best kind of days, so to each their own. Just wanted to do a little market review, show you how I'm getting these 100% profitable days. Pretty much every day I'm in the 80 to 100% profit percentile range, and that's an absolute necessity with the way that I trade. Being a scalper, you gotta have a high win percentage. So let me just scroll back. I didn't do any live trade recording today. Scroll back on the 5-minute 2 here. So here we have the market open, and you can kind of see how I'm getting some of these trades just by looking at the colors on my chart. You know, green background, you want to be looking out for longs. Green candles, you want to be looking out for longs. Red candles, red background, looking out for shorts. Pretty simple. I like to keep it as simple as possible. I got the Bollinger Bands, got a couple moving averages, and I've got 2 reversal indicators. This one, called the bottom today, pretty dang well. This one's measuring overbought or oversold on 3 different oscillators, and then when they cross back up out of the overbought or oversold range, it'll print a signal. I bought this from Ninja, but I could also easily program that using Markers Plus or even NinjaTrader. We had a bullish candle on the first candle of the open. I took a short right at VWAP, got a little bounce down. I was looking at this custom indicator that I've made using the Markers Plus software. I've got a crossover of a SMA attached to a histogram that I like, and then I've got a volume oscillator on here, and I pretty much just use this at the market open, but if my histogram is lower than volume oscillator, I'm looking for shorts if it's below it. So I was looking for shorts in the morning. The rest of the time I kind of ignore it, except I notice when it changes color from red to green. And I'm also looking at this other histogram that I have, looking for shorts when it's red, longs when it's green. And then I've got my delta down here, volume delta. So I got a nice short off of VWAP in the morning. Kind of waited to see what price was going to do for a few minutes. Then we got a close below the lower Bollinger Band. Our histogram's turning red there, getting a nice big close below the 20 SMA, and our background's turning red. I was also looking at the incredible amount of delta on the ES coming in this morning. 5,900 on the first 5-minute candle. That's a lot for the ES. And we had some good sized negative volume on the ES and the NQ in the first minute candle. I got into another short on the close of this 5-minute candle on the NQ. Even though there wasn't order flow going to the downside on the NQ, we had a lot of strong negative volume and then tons of negative delta and negative volume on the ES, and drug us lower. I wasn't looking for longs until we were retesting the low that we had earlier overnight. And then we had some candles started to break above the lower Bollinger Band line here, starting to close above the lower Bollinger Band. And then I've got my moving average crossover painting these candles. Started painting some green candles, and then we get our reversal signal here. Still wasn't actually too excited about taking a long there after this big move down. But once we crossed above the 20 SMA here, this pink line, and broke the super trend and got our background turning green, we also broke above the center of the opening range. I got in a little bit of long. Most of my trades were short today, but this was one of the longs I got into. I didn't ride it all the way up to VWAP, but I think I chickened out at right before whole number. Once we broke above VWAP, I got into my second long, got another little bounce long again. I think I chickened out pretty quick. Just wasn't totally convinced of the longs yet. But we had a bunch of positive delta coming in on the NQ right as it's coming up to VWAP. all our histograms are turning green. So when it did break, I definitely had a little bit more of a bias to the long side, but I was also looking at a few key levels to take some short bounce trades. One of them was 660. It's this line, purple line I had drawn over on the 60-minute chart. All of these purple lines I had drawn on the chart before the morning even started. And you can see this one purple line. It's called the high of the day so far. I take the highest volume candle from previous days and I plot these lines. So I was looking out for 760 for a bounce down. Let's see, I'll show you here. That's where we hit 760 right on the dot, bounced right down over 20 points. I got a target of 10 points usually. And the second place I was looking for a bounce short was this orange line, which was the overnight open, and it was also yesterday's point of control. And you can see we got a nice bounce down from that area, 40 points down off of that area. At that point, I was pretty much done for the day. We started kind of chopping around. I'm usually done by 10:30. Just wanted to do another little trading overview of how I approach the markets, how I'm using these indicators. Very simple, just moving average crossovers and delta and volume. You could have any indicators that are giving you similar information. I just like the ones I'm using from Ninja. I've been able to customize them completely to my visual liking. Although I would like to get my own set of indicators coded at some point and be able to offer a very inexpensive version, because I know the Ninja indicators are pretty pricey most of the time, although they are having like 50% off sales quite often. And then I've got a coupon code, you can get another 10% off. So if you can catch the sales, some of their indicators are definitely worth it, particularly the moving average crossover I use a lot. I like the Super Trend Pro that's painting these backgrounds, and I like their volume delta indicator, which is giving me the delta. I also like their volume candles, which is giving me these volume numbers on the candlesticks on the 5-minute. Yeah, there's some more information on how someone else trades. Hopefully it was helpful to someone out there. Also, Apex is having a 71% off sale until the end of October. Not their best sale. If you're looking for a even better deal, I'd wait. I'm sure they'll have something going on around Thanksgiving, Black Friday, probably some crazy deals then, for sure. If you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Best of luck in your trading. Have a great day.